I'm Dr. Deb Butler, and you're listening to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is episode number 299. Welcome to Thinner Peace and Menopause and Beyond. This is Dr. Deb Butler, Master Life and Weight Coach, and as always, your coach. If you're a woman and you're smart and you're successful and you've been struggling with weight your whole life, and now menopause is making it harder than ever, and you are ready to make this the last time you ever have to go on a diet again, then this podcast is for you. Stay tuned. Well, hello, all of my dear friends all over the world. How are you in the last week of 2021? Because that's what I've been thinking about, 2021, and we're getting ready to go into 2022. And as you might know or remember, I challenged all of you to using this Thinner Peace process of mine for the month of December. And I'm just wondering, how have you done with it? If you remember, the challenge was basically to be able to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. Start at a -2 and stop at a +2. That's when you're hungry and when you're full, according to the Dr. Deb hunger scale. And for those of you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can always go back and listen to the beginning of my podcast, which was, if you can believe this, almost 5 years ago. This is my 299th episode. I've been doing an episode every week of Thinner Peace for 5 years. I've been committed to it. I do it. And the more I talk to you, the more clear I get. And it's been such an exciting process for me to do this podcast because I've gotten to meet so many people all over the world and work with so many of you from all over the world. And I know for those of you who I've never spoken to, I get letters from you, so I know that this process is working for you too, and that you're finding a way to truly connect into your body, because that is what the Thinner Peace process is. And even the challenge is all about connecting into your body, feeling what it's like to be hungry and feeling like what it's like to be full. And I want to talk to you a little bit as the new year approaches about a process that I've been thinking about, a thought process. And this is what I want to impart to you today. If you're in a hurry for anything, you're missing out on everything. And I really want you to think about this because I think we live in a culture where we're in a hurry. We're in a hurry to lose weight. We're in a hurry to have a grandchild. That was me. I was in a hurry. You know, baby sister came 3 weeks ago now. Azalea Deb Butler is here, and she's been here for 3 weeks. And it's so interesting how fast this 3 weeks have gone. And yet, at the time when my daughter-in-law, Jessica, was pregnant for all of that time, I was starting to get in a hurry because we wanted her to come. And the kids were, and especially in the beginning, they just thought she was going to come tomorrow. When Jessica and BJ first told them that they were going to have a baby sister all that long time ago, they just thought tomorrow she would be here. And so they were in a bit of a hurry, too, to get that baby sister here. And they have had to learn how to slow down, that it's going to take a while. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, too, going into the new year. If you're in a hurry for anything, seriously, you will miss everything that's going on in your life. And even when I talk about weight loss, I think that when most people hire me, when I'm working in groups with people, when I get letters, a lot of times it's like, okay, I've decided I want to use your process. Now I want to get it done fast. I think the more you're in a hurry to lose weight, the slower it goes and the less fun and the less of a inquisitive journey you have. Because if you're in a hurry, that means you're not paying attention to what's going on in the present moment. You're always looking forward and never being here. And so I think the biggest thing that I've learned in this year of 2021 that I am going to take into 2022, And I'm going to invite you. So I had the centerpiece challenge for the month of December in terms of eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think of this process of slowing down for 2022, to stop being in a hurry and start being present to what's going on in the present moment, what's going on now, what's going on here, not what's going on there. There is no place to go. We all think we need to get there, and then we forget about here. I want you to think about that, even when it comes to losing weight. Because here's the thing with the process that I teach. I teach you that this is going to be the last time. And the reason I teach it like that is because I believe that if you truly can be connected into your body and treat it with what it needs, which always starts with eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're full, but also your body demands a lot of things from you, and it has a language all of its own to talk to you. And I think the more you're in a hurry, the less you pay attention to your body. The less you pay attention to the present moment, the less you pay attention to the people that are around you, the less you pay attention to what's going on inside of you. It all seems like it's just going fast. And life is fast. The older I get, the faster it seems to go. But what I want to do as I get older, and what I want to do as I go into 2022, and this is what I want you to practice, is to stop being in a hurry for anything and practice being where you are all the time, which is really what the Thinner Peace Challenge was. Because if you, every single time you sit down to eat, you have to stop and pay attention. Am I hungry? And how full I am? That's being here. You got to be here. You got to be in your body. You got to feel what's going on. And that's all I'm really asking you to do. And does it really matter? I want you to think about this. Let's just say you have 10 pounds to lose, or let's just say you have 100 pounds to lose, because I work with people that have all kinds of pounds to lose. But if you had this process of thinking of that there is no hurry, that it's going to happen and you're going to do what it takes because you're going to learn how to reconnect into your body with no hurry, and you practiced the practice of where are you and bringing yourself back into the present moment every single time, eating can be a totally different experience. So I think about like when I go to silent retreats, the teachers always use eating as another way of being mindful. It's like what they try to teach us is that whatever it is we do, we become mindful of what it is that we're doing, including walking, including even going to the bathroom, including sleeping, including everything that we do that we actually don't pay attention to. And I remember in one of these retreats that I took a shower and washed my hair. And I had never been so mindful about a shower. And it was truly the best experience I ever had, the shower, because I was there and I felt it. I didn't go anywhere else. I was here, not there. Because a lot of times, I don't know about you, when I'm in the shower, sometimes what I do is my mind goes to, I want to get there and how am I going to get there instead of where am I and what's going on right now. You know what? A shower is a magnificent experience if you're in the shower with the water, all of it happening at the same moment. It is a magnificent experience. So that's what I want to invite you to think about for the new year. No matter what it is you want, I know if you're listening to this, I know you want to become more mindful. If you're listening to this, I know you're probably going through menopause and you're having all kinds of different changes going on in your body. And I know you're thinking about how you want to take care of yourself. I know that you're thinking about how you want to prioritize yourself. And I know you're thinking about what you want for the rest of your life and how that's going to look. And what I want to invite you to do is to slow down with all of these things and be where you are when it's happening in the moment. Be here, not there. That's what I want to invite you to do for the new year, is to learn how to stay here. And as I'm talking about the silent retreats that I've been attending for years, that really is the purpose all the time, is to be in touch with what's going on. Because listen, when you're with yourself and your brain and you're not talking and you're not doing anything but meditating and paying attention to what's going on, here becomes a very interesting experience. But you also can watch your mind want to go there. And before I end this podcast, I want to read you something from my dear, dear friend, Janet Archer, who is one of my colleagues and also one of my dearest friends who's written 2 books. And I'm going to read to you what she has to say about here and there as I end this podcast, because that's what I want to leave you with as you go into 2022. Not big goals, not big resolutions, just learning how to be where you are. Because if you're not here and you miss it, you will never get it again. It will be gone. You can be going there for the rest of your life and miss here. And I don't want you to do that. And I want you to slow down in your mind when you find it wanting to be in a hurry. In a hurry, oh, I only lost 1 pound. Oh, I got to lose 20 pounds. And be in such a hurry that you miss what it takes to truly connect into your body. Because really, what is the hurry if you know that's where you're going? There is no hurry. There is only the now and how to slow your mind down to appreciate it. So before I end this podcast today, this last podcast of 2021, first of all, I want to say to all of you, all of my dear friends all over the world, thank you for listening for all of these 299 episodes. It has been a pleasure to talk to you, to serve you, to get my ideas out to you, and to hear that my ideas and my processes are really working for you. And I don't think there's anything I want more for you in the new year than for you to learn how to stay with yourself, how to be more present with yourself, and to be more mindful of all the things that go on without having to leave, without having to be in a hurry to get someplace else, but just to be where you are. So, before I end this podcast, I want to introduce you to my dear friend, Janet Archer. The name of her book is An Invitation to Pause Again. You can get this on Amazon. It is a wonderful book. It is filled with 1 and 2 page musings of her, of how she's experienced life. She thinks a lot like I do because we're very mindful about our minds and our thoughts. So I want to read to you what she calls this mini chapter, Here and There. And even the way that she writes it, here is written Here, and there, you see that when she wrote there, the T is lighter, so that when you look at it, you see that in there, in the word there, here is right there too. Here is in there, in the word. And I love it because that's what I want you to do, is don't go there, stay here. So here's what she wrote. If you take the T away from the word there, you get the word here. Here and there are really very similar to the I, and yet they are so extremely far apart in reality. As a culture, we are taught to strive for there. When I get there, all my problems will be solved and life will be so much better. But every time we get there, it is like the proverbial carrot dangling in front of us. There is always a new there to get to. If we are always trying to get there and not dropping down into here while getting to there, we are out ahead of ourselves and missing the joy of living in the here. Being here has to be practiced every day. You can't get here if you are always practicing getting there. In the rush and tumble of everyday life, drop the T as many times as you can and get to here. Because at the end of our lives, we will finally realize that there was no there. There was only ever this, here, now. Is that beautiful? All my dear friends, it's been a pleasure serving you in 2021. I look forward to talking to you into 2022 and really listen to the message that I'm leaving you with at the end of this year. Be here now. And of course, I would never end any podcast without saying to you, no matter where you go, no matter who you're with, always, always, always be kind to yourself. And I will see you next year. Bye-bye. If you've been loving my podcast, please, please, please subscribe. And also, please, please, please review if you're loving it. The way you heard about it is the way many people hear about it. They Google it or they look for it. And the only way that it pops up is by who reviews it. So if you're loving it, let's pass on the good word and the good news. Thank you.